Well, this is my K. It's 48 degrees and raining outside, so I'm going to do all this in my garage, unfortunately. I could wait till tomorrow, but who knows if the weather's going to be better. So I've got my little heater cranking out because it's a little chilly in here. I'm going to take that cover off my tire and take the tire off, and then we'll get back onto hooking up the Cooltech Gatemount antenna holder. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Sorry folks, I'm filming with the iPad, so it's not going to be that clear. I'll switch over to a different device here later on. But as you can see, I got the spare tire off over there. It's not really a 35 like the rest of my tires. But you can see how dirty it is back here. Me being a clean freak, I'll wash and wax that before I put it back on. But I was going to show you how this Cooltech gate mounts. Sorry, I'm working by myself here. Wow, I'm blocking the light. So you see these screw here and down here. Those are the ones that we'll replace. You can mount the Cooltech gate mount this way to lower your antenna a little bit, or you can mount it, let's see, this way on those two bolts right there. I'm blocking the light again. And that's the way I'm going to mount it to go for maximum height. And right here is the grommet. So that's where the cables are going to come out, and I'm going to come right up underneath and mount right here. And I'll just drill a little bitty hole in there and then seal it with a little clear silicone so that nothing leaks through. And I'm also going to have a grounding wire coming off this bracket as well through the grommet. So next time you come out, I'll have that part mounted. Okay, so I'm going to pop this little cover off. See this plastic cover right here? This long plastic cover. You can just take your fingers like this. Let's see if I can do it here. See, I can actually already get underneath there. See that? I'm going to pop this right out, and from the bottom, these little clips, and then it lifts right out, and that'll expose the hole for my grommet. So I'm going to do that now real quick. Okay, that literally popped off in about 2 seconds. So you can see that's where the tail light wiring and stuff like that's coming through. And I believe I'll be poking my grommet wires will be coming out right through there, because my grommet comes through there. So you got to fish it through there, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. You can see now how I've got these bolts out now. So now I'm going to drill the hole through the grommet. Okay, I'm going to hook up a grounding wire. The manufacturers claim I don't need it, but everything I read says you really need to ground this well. So I'm going to hook one up to it just in case I need it. So there is the bolt right there that replaces the one to my tailgate. It's a little longer than has a spacer. There is the 10 gauge clip I'm going to put in. It's a heat shrink, so I'll heat up that yellow piece there once I get this 10 gauge copper wire. It's kind of twisted cable inside of there. I'll kind of peel that back a little bit, put it up in there, crimp it down, then heat shrink that to the cable. Okay, you can see I've got my wires all fed through the grommet, and I'm about ready to hook it up. And you'll notice there's a little lip around this. I'll show you what the Gatemount tech has to support that. Okay, because of the Gatemount, the way the bracket is, they have the spacer that goes on the back and a washer on the front. So I'll put this together like that on the top and the bottom up here and mount that on there. But I'm going to put my ground wire right between this washer and this bracket. Okay, you can see I got my ground wire attached to the bottom, and this will attach like so up top. So I've only finger tightened everything yet, so I'm getting close. Should be showing you some more progress here in just a moment. Well, it's the next day. You can tell I got my tire back on there. I wanted to show you something about how I ended up doing the cable. You see this extra coil here? This keeps it from kinking when I close it. So these angles here don't change at all, whether I open it all the way or I close it. That little loop there keeps it from kinking, which is good. And let's walk around here. I can't see because of the sunlight. I can't see squat. There we go. Now you can see, sorry, my finger's in the way. There is the mount with the quick disconnect on it. And I had to put a few spacers on the, let's show you. Yeah, right here, there are 2 bolts up here and 1 below. And I put spacers on the top 2 lug nuts to push that tire out just a little bit because the antenna was hitting it. So I'm going to mount that for you now and show you what it looks like. Okay, there you can tell how high the firefly is sticking up over the top of my Jeep. I'll tell you right now, there is nothing quick about those disconnects. That is really difficult to put on. It's just about rubbing my tire, but it's not. You can see the flex here. It's right at the tire, but I put those spacers in there to fix that. Now the only thing to do is to go tune the SWR meter and the CB. There's the handheld CB right there. This is a battery pack right here that you can power. You can also have another battery pack that are rechargeable. So I'm going to disconnect that. Okay, now you can see I've got the power cable and radio antenna connector strapped onto it. So I'm going to plug that into the cigarette lighter and screw it in and show you how it works. Okay, for now I've just got it hanging over the mirror. I'm not sure how I'm going to connect it, but you can see it's plugged into the cigarette lighter right there, and then I've got it wired into my CB cable right there, which is going back to my Firefly antenna. And this thing has a belt clip on the back, which is kind of strange. A lot of people say they hook it over their chest onto their seat belt. It's a little bit in the way of my shifter, but not really. For the most part, when I'm wheeling, I'm not shifting a lot, to be honest with you. But I can strap that up a little bit there probably as well if I need to. Anyway, now to go tune it. This is my tuner SWR meter that someone was graciously has allowed me to borrow. So we're going to go out and tune this bad boy here and see if we can get it down to 1.1. Thanks. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're on channel 1 of the CB. We're going to we've got the meter on SWR. We've got it on forward. Okay. Pull back a little so I can see my instructions. So you key the mic on. You tune this to set right there. So that's on set. Switch to ref.
And 1.3.
1.3. Write that number down. Okay, stop recording.